Welcome to the SA Excellence Model Self-Assessment Tool. This guide will take you through a few steps of the Excellence Model that you've already now seen in the previous video. We're going to talk quickly about the benefits, the process, how to complete the Excel, and how to submit this tool. Important just in the benefits, you receiving a PDF also with the email with all the detail. I'm not going to go through that, but it is important that you determine what really is important for yourself in terms of doing this assessment and why do you want to do it. Most of all important is that you realize that there are a list of strengths and performance areas that you will receive identified from this process, and that this tool will also provide you with a score. In other words, we can measure the benefits going forward. Then just quickly, 7 generic steps of self-assessment that's used in this tool. Is first important, you need to commit as entrepreneur to this process. Ask yourself why you're doing this, so that you also can identify your motivation and motivate your personnel. Plan the assessment properly, gather all the information. So read through the model, look at the answers that are asked, gather relevant information, plan your date and time and how you will involve other people and do it then. Then identify the strengths. Once you've collected all the information and on your current position, you've done your assessment, you identify the strengths and the areas for improvement. And the tool will take you through the steps. You prioritize those, and then step 6, you develop an implementation plan, action plans, and implement it. Step 7, you start again and annually try and repeat this process. Very good for you. Just in terms of generally in completing the assessment is, remember this questionnaire is designed to help your business assess its level of performance excellence. The 11 criteria and its parts include parts for you and your management team to answer. Again, please involve your personnel, get information from them. What is important is to note that each question covers one area to address only. So carefully read the question, write down what your business is doing, and make sure you've got some proof to back it up. Depending on your progress in the area to address, you can score it as 0, 1, 2, or 3 in a column. I'll show you on the Excel sheet, where 0 is I've not started, 1, some progress has been achieved, 2 is good progress, and 3 is fully achieved. And fill your strengths in areas for improvement in the space at the bottom of the sheet and prioritize those in terms of importance by, for instance, A for essential, B for important, and C for desirable. Now, when you receive this email with the link to the Excel, it will say they click here. When you click there, it will ask you probably to say, the author would like you to open a read only. This is just to protect the integrity of the tool. So click on the no so that you can open an editable version, and it will allow you then to put information into the columns and the empty spaces which are unprotected. The moment that you've opened the file, I would recommend that you immediately save it under your business name, SAEM, on your computer before you do anything else. If you've got any problems with that, please feel free to contact me and ask me. So let me just quickly show you how the tool will look. When you click on it, you will get at this page which says SA Excellence Model. This will be the first sheet opening in the workbook with the model, enablers, and results. You know by now the enablers course, the results is a cause and effect relationship, and you start from left, you work through to the right. The sheet also gives you all those elements, criteria here with a link to each of the scoring sheets, the points allocated and the weight. And on this side, it gives you the definitions for each of those criteria. Then you can look at the scoring guide. The scoring guide is a quick overview of what is in the PDF and in this video. To just say to you, on the left-hand side, your enabler criteria, you've got to look at approach in deployment. So, and on the right-hand side, the results criteria, you look at the results and the scope. And it gives you the steps that we're going through in this video. So I'm not going to do that again here, but you can quickly reference while you're in the tool here, if you don't want to go back to the guideline or watch the video again while you're busy in the tool. So you can quickly reference the step here. So when you start off with the scoring of the enablers in the model, so in other words, the left-hand side, which would start you off with this one first. Important to remember at the enablers is to say, okay, what is my approach, my business approach to this? Does my business use the methods and tools and techniques that are appropriate for the business? Does your business do things systematic and prevent things from going wrong? Does your business review and challenge what is done in each area? Does your business implement good ideas and ensure continuous improvement? And does your business integrate the above elements into everyday operations? So that's the one element side of it. The next is the deployment of it. And how do we deploy it throughout the business? So consider, are we employing it vertically for all levels of business? Do we deploy it horizontally through all relevant areas and activities and through in all relevant processes? Now, just to show you the relationship between the two, back to the PowerPoint, you can see here is my approach, this is my deployment, and I need to balance the two to get to performance excellence. So use this approach and deployment balance when you ask the questions, completing sheets E1 to E6, which is the enabler criteria, referring to your personal notes for more detail, and getting your information for that. Also, I already set the 0, 1, 2, 3 score. So in a PDF, you will also receive that to say, okay, what does a 0 and a 1 mean? So please refer back to that. Then on the other hand, you have the results criteria, where we look at the result and the scope. So ask the questions there. Does your business show positive trends? And I'll show you something quickly about trends just now. Or good continuous performance in the area. Does your business meet improvement targets? Does your business compare achievements with other businesses? Does your business, are there negative trends in the business? And is your business able to maintain further improve performance? Does your business evaluate how the approach actions have caused results? So understanding that cause and effect relationship. But also not only is the results there, but what is the scope? Are they covered in all areas of business? Cover a full range of results in each area, and understand why that result is important. So if we look at the results criteria, again, you see that relationship between the result and the scope. So it doesn't have to have a result just in one area, and it's not going through the whole business, so it's important. Also, when you look at the results side, look at and scoring that in the sheets are 7 to 11, look at the trends. So the trends, because naturally there's a delay relationship between enablers and results. You don't do something now and you'll see necessarily the result immediately. Some delays are up to 24 months. But look at the trends, positive trends, good, improving, neutral, and so on. So when we look at the results criteria, again, detail in the PDF. I'm not going to go through this in detail, but 0 will give you nothing has happened, and so on. And especially over time, the trend, good progress over a period of 12 to 24 months, good continuous growth. If you say you've fully achieved that, there's actually over 24 to 48 months. You're the role model. Yeah, you can still improve. But that is important. So let me just again go back to this and show you the two. You've got the results and enabler, and just show you when you go back to the model how you will score that. So you have this model. You start off with the enablers. Now I'm not go through 1 to 11. I'll just show you 2 that I've done and the link. So there's the enabler criteria. I've looked at market focus, customer and market focus. That's the question: does my business evaluate and improve the approach to listening and learning from customers and markets? I've answered it and I've scored it. You can see I've scored it myself very well there. Second one: does my business evaluate and process and act upon information? Again, I gave the content and I scored myself a 3 there. Again, very high, fully achieved according to myself. Does my business determine customer and contact requirements and deploy the requirements to all employees? Again, I scored myself. Now, if this is too short or too big for you, you can actually always go here and just scroll in and zoom in a little bit in or out. So then, does my business resolve complaints? Again, answered, I scored myself a 2. And then the last question, scored myself a 2. So out of these, I said, okay, I'm very good at customer and market focus. I took the 3 that I scored 2, and I said, well, I can still improve on them. And I then prioritized them. Now, because of this relationship of cause and effect, naturally, if I'm very good at my enabler, my results should also be good. Unless I know it's something that I just started and there's a delayed action, so I can explain why there's a difference in score between the 2 that are linked. So I also scored the customer satisfaction results. And here we scored because we needed to quantify. We said, well, we can compare orders for year on year. We can see what is happening with our customer trends. So now we can do a lot more here. We don't have a lot of information. So we do something, but there is a lot of progress. The same by the quantifying the results and measuring the results. We're measuring the waste and the productivity on GP level. In the manufacturing, we compete quote versus actual. So we do some things, but I mean, if I look at this list, there's a lot more we can do. So in actual fact, we decided that that is an A and this is a B. We need to prioritize. We need to do a lot of things. Actually, we're very weak in this. So I have this result now that I know in my head. I've scored high here in the customer and market focus, but low on customer satisfaction. And I've got to ask myself, am I realistic with what I've scored on this one? Once you've completed each sheet, please, and you've completed the areas of improvement, save the file, save again. You've already saved the file in your name, so please save it again. Make sure you've saved it before you move on to the next one. And you can either just click here to move on to the next one, or you can click there and go back here and just remind yourself what this is about and then move to the next one. So that is the Excel sheet there. And the result scoring. So important in just when you submit this, again, make sure when you completed it, make sure that you've saved it in your business name, SAEM. please, if you have any problem, email me, but submit it to me. Deadline for this submission is 17th May 2017. Please ensure that you submit it timely to be considered for the top 60 entrepreneurial scanner, possibly qualifying for further benefits from this enterprise development support by IDZ. And then lastly, just answering questions on what happens next. So you submit it. We've got 4 experts that will evaluate the submission. So we will moderating the scores and look at the claims that you're making. You say, I'm excellent at that. We'll look at what did you provide. Is it realistic? So we will then moderate the process, and we will generate score sheets and graphs for you, which we will provide back to everybody. So you will get a graph that will show your score against the maximum score as well as the score of the average of the top 60 that participated in this project, so you can measure yourself against your peers. And we will also highlight what are possible discrepancies between enabler and result scores, so that you can look, listen, is this realistic? Is this because of a time delay, or was I unrealistic with my enabler? Was I too harsh on my results? And then identify the possible gaps for improvement. So just remember that the assessor reserves the option to verify any claims made, and we might require you to give us the proof of documents. So from my side, enjoy the journey, starting this culture of continuous improvement in your business from the SA Business Hub team. If you have any questions, please email me at carolventer@iib.ws. Enjoy the journey. Goodbye.